Good morning, friends. Pastor Tim here, just with a quick encouragement for the week. We've been talking about building a healthy culture and specifically what that looks like in the context of our church family here at Welcome Wesleyan. And so far, we've identified two key values of that particular culture in number one, being biblically formed, and number two, as we discussed last week, a lifestyle of worship. And again, all of these are on our website. You can take a look at them in our About section or who we are. And just so you know, this coming week, we will be talking about life changing community. But for today, as we think about a lifestyle of worship, I want us to talk a minute about the etymology of the word. That's kind of a fun word to say, etymology. We're going to talk about the etymology of worship. The word shakha in Hebrew and proskuneo in Greek, because while the English word has the etymology of ascribing worth or worthship, value to God, the Hebrew and Greek words bring so much more than just praise and adoration. In fact, coupled with this word in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, is the idea of service. It's much more active. So the big picture that we get from Scripture primarily is this laying down, this bowing down, this paying homage to, this service. In other words, it's more than just singing songs, but it's positioning ourselves rightly before this holy God to be used by Him for His particular purposes. And I'm sure if we took the time to do a deeper study on the word worship, we could discover so much more. But here's the thing for today that I don't want us to miss, and that is worship is active. Okay, worship is active. It's not passive. It's not just a state of being. It's not something that's meant to be kept inside the church building or just for when the church body is gathered. It is meant to be part of our daily, everyday lives, right? In our families, in our workplaces, when we're at school, it should be seen in our actions. It should be seen in our attitudes. It should be seen in the very words that we speak. And it should all be reflective of who God is and what He's done. I mean, if you think about it, I think this can be reflected in our work ethic, right? Giving our very best to God. Scripture teaches us that, whatever we do, we should do as if we're doing it to the Lord. And so I think the challenge is for you and for me, for us, to be worshiping, to be laying our lives down before God continuously, like every day. See everything that we do as an act of worship, laying our lives down before Him continuously so that the very ways we live point others to Him, are reflective of His nature, and that kind of a thing. I was actually thinking, and this might date me a little bit, but years ago there was this song that was put out by Casting Crowns called Life Song. And the whole premise was that our lives should be like a song that is continuously sung before God, actively showing and declaring His glory. And so, just to kind of help us with that a little bit, maybe inspire us towards that, even a link below is a Spotify playlist. It's a worship song playlist that maybe we can identify a song that speaks to us, that encourages us, that maybe inspires us to live this everyday worship before our great God. So I want to encourage you to check it out, to listen to it. And not just let the words that are being sung be a momentary, self-gratifying, oh, that made me feel good type thing, but actions that are lived out before our great God every single day.